Scorpio, and welcome to your mid-October 2021 reading. I'm really excited to help you look into your energy today for the sun, moon, and rising signs of the Scorpion collective. This is a general reading and will not resonate with everyone. Remember, these energies can be reversed, so assign the roles as you please. If the reading does not resonate with you, just stick around because there might be something in it that you need to hear. These messages are timeless, so if you're brought to this channel in this reading, there's something in it for you. During this reading, the angels are bringing the Holy Fire Reiki energy to you, and all of my readings are that way as well. If you're wanting to know about the 1010 portal that we just went through, there's a link at the top of the screen that'll take you to that video. And I always have suggested videos at the end as well. I am doing personal readings, so check out the link in the description box to my website down below. If you like this reading or entertained in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and this way you get notified as soon as I post something new. What we're doing today for the 15th on until the end of the month is we're still in Mercury retrograde. That will go stationed on the 18th, and then the closer we get to November, the energy will lighten up and lighten up. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to specifically look at the Justice card. And this is actually the card of Libra, because Mercury retrograde is in Libra, so I want to see the energy that's happening around this retrograde until the end. Some of you guys already know what's happening because you're in the middle of it. And you've seen things resurface and you have re-examined things. This time period that you may be re-experiencing will be between the years of 1994 and 1999, and also 2005 and 2008. Those are going to be the things that may be resurfacing for you. So if you see something in your life right now, go back in time and start to see, was there other things that were happening similarly in those time periods that are happening right now, and what did you do in those instances, and what can you do differently? Because time is not linear, it's multidimensional, so we're living in multi time periods at the same time. We have different timelines happening at the same time. So while you're healing your adult self, you're actually healing the aspects of your child as well. So that's why we go back into our childhood and re-examine the things. And I get people all the time who say, what is my soul purpose? Everybody's soul purpose here is to learn love. Everybody's soul purpose here is to learn self-worth. Now, God gave you gifts that you can utilize in order to help you learn more about yourself and how to love yourself. But those gifts aren't necessarily your soul purpose. They're gifts. They're things that you, in your soul contract, decided that you wanted to bring those into this life experience for you. So sometimes people get caught up, and I did that too. For the longest time, I was like, oh, I sing well, so I must have, my soul purpose must have something to do with singing. And so, no, I think that just was a way of connecting back into the divine. There's a reason why I like to sing, is because I always thought that it was because when I got on stage, it felt like I was a different person, and I was able to express myself and share feelings with people without it actually being me. Like I could be within the character that I was portraying in like musical theater or something like that. I could be the character and really live in that experience and help. And I was thinking I was able to heal myself in that way. But if I did that, I wouldn't be here helping you with your life experience. So my sole purpose was to heal myself so that I would be able to access these gifts to where I could help you on your journey. So it's very interesting how we sometimes get stuck in the fact that we think that our gifts are where we're supposed to be living. I think the gifts are where we're supposed to be healing and learning who we are and loving ourselves, and then that will open up the doors maybe for something different. This card is the card of Libra. We're going to take a look at that. It is about balance and perception and objectivity. You could have been looking at through this whole retrograde, so I want you to be introspective for a moment and think about during this retrograde, what was it that you were looking at? Was it for the home? Did you have legal issues coming up for you about your property that needed to be resolved? Were there contracts that needed to be signed? Were there ways that you were making progress in your home? Let's look at relationships. Because there's a lot of people in the world. We're all going to experience it differently. So let's talk about relationships. What does Libra do for relationships? Libra balances out the practical issues that are important, focusing in on the emotional aspects, like are your emotional needs being met in your relationships? It's about finding the right balance between work and relationship as well. So some of you guys are not balanced in either one of those. Some of you guys are focusing too much on relationships and disregarding your work. Some of you guys are focusing too much on work and putting your relationship on the back burner. You may be getting tested at work. You may be having different job interviews or negotiations, and those things can be really successful during the Libra time period. So if you're switching a job, hopefully it was one that you were already looking at, or you were already looking at this move before the retrograde came in. But if you haven't had those yet, then you might get them till the end of the month, because we are in the Libra time period. During this time, you may have been more frugal with your money during this financial period. But money matters will improve as we get closer to the November period. So you may have seen in Congress how they're going back and forth about the debt ceiling. You know, are we going to be getting a stimulus? Yes, no. What things are we going to be doing? It's just like this back and forth ping pong ball that they're throwing. And what we're going to see is that it's going to start to balance out as we get out of the retrograde and go closer to November. So during this time, you may have felt like balance at work and your relationship and your money issues have spiraled out of control. And now it's time to recognize the dishonesty, you know, the things that are being treated unfairly. Maybe you've gotten bad advice from people or trusted people that you shouldn't have trusted. It's time to speak your truth and find your voice and stay strong in your values. So the Justice, she is all about right values and rewarding fairness. She's very logical in the way that she influences things during this time period. It is a card of empowerment and advising you to take the left brain approach to take control. Listen to the advice from people around you that you do respect, because she could be putting different people, this energy could be putting different people in your life to help you get through the injustices of the unfairness that were not happening, so that you could take a look at the things to help you be more stable in your life. All right, I want to thank the people that have helped get me to 2,000 subscribers and helped supported me. If you are new here, I want to thank you for checking out my channel, and those people who've donated and clicked on the links to my description box and got personal readings for me, watch videos associated with my ad, watch videos multiple times. I really appreciate all of the likes, shares, and all of the wonderful things that you've done. I am going for a goal of 3,000 subscribers. If you're not yet subscribed and would like to support this channel, then please take a second to do so. I'd really appreciate that. And those who think that you are subscribed, please make sure that you are, because sometimes YouTube takes off subscribers. All right, so we're going to do a 4-card spread. Okay, and the overall energy for you is the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. So we have divine masculine and feminine energy that once had some devil energy to it in the relationship. So, but it has transformed. So they're giving me all of that. That's beautiful. So it has transformed. We have divine masculine, divine feminine of the cup. So this is love. Those of you who do not want a love reading, I have a feeling that it might be, because we have the divine masculine and feminine of love. I mean, the cups is love. Whenever that's present in the cards, it means that it has to do with love, has to do with divine communication, getting things out in the open, talking about your love, talking about the things that you need, talking about the things that create support for you, or whatever you think that might be missing. So that might be the thing that you were looking at through the retrograde, is really just observing like how you love and how you get love and all of those wonderful things. The present situation for you right now is, this is the card of Cancer, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a Cancer, but it's the card of love, because Cancer is love. It's a water sign. These right here are water sign energy. You are a water sign, so you're supported very much so in the water sign collective with the energy of Cancer right here. And this is a fast moving energy right here that you're in. It is a determined energy. It is a card of willpower and action and if you had any lack of direction or problems within your self-discipline or anything like that, you had any kind of opposition, this is saying that it's going to get better for you, it's going to lighten up for you, it's going to start moving in the right direction. This is a card of movement, so you have two cards of movement. This is divine communication, but it's also a card of movement as well. Page of Swords is the energy that is what you need to weigh up right now. Like, what do you need to look at? What's the thing that is coming up for you, or maybe that was showing up for you during the retrograde? And we're moving closer, we move to November, the lighter it gets. So the Page of Swords is about new ideas, being curious about life, having a thirst for knowledge. It is if you've had any problems with self-expression or doubting yourself or doubting the actions that you're taking, or maybe even very all talk but no action, right? If that is things that you've been dealing with, then what this card is saying, that those are the things that you need to kind of weigh up the things that, if you have a new idea coming in for you, then just look at it and see if that is right for you. So that's the thing that needs to be looked at. The events that are occurring, or what action that you need to take. Somewhere you're feeling like you're not getting the love that you need, or that somebody's not seeing you in the way that you need them to see you, or you want them to see you. And maybe you have a lack mindset, or you're feeling very isolated, or just worrying about things, or maybe you feel like, you got some financial stuff going on for you, or just maybe spiritual poverty. That is what is happening and what you're looking at. You're looking at this poverty, and I have a feeling it has to do with like a lack of love, because we have all this love surrounding the situation. A lack of love between the divine feminine and divine masculine. And remember, the divine feminine masculines don't have to be man and woman. The roles can be interchangeable. But it's moving forward and transforming some of that devil energy. And the devil energy is about addictions. It could be addiction to anything. It could even be an addiction to sugar. It could be addiction to porn. It could be addiction to sexual addiction. It could be drugs, alcohol, all the obvious ones, right? It could be even addiction to chaos. Some people are just addicted to chaos and they just love their lives to be up in shambles. I don't know. The Devil card is also about the shadow self and looking at the things that are restricting you, the things that you're attached to. Like I said, it could be about addictions and sexuality as well. It could be about releasing limiting beliefs surrounding your love life and just exploring those really dark thoughts. The outcome is that this is allowing you to have more strength than you've ever had before when it comes to your how you're loved in life, or what love is for you. The outcome is that you're going to have more courage when it comes to love, and you're going to be able to open up a lot more. You're going to be able to have influences that you've never had before, and maybe even compassion for things, and all that self-doubt that you've had, or the low energy when it comes around love and raw emotion, that you're going to feel a lot better about those things and have more inner strength than you've ever had before. So that's what Libra has been working on for you. So through the retrograde, you probably saw some things popping up for you in this area, and maybe you just were introspective and went into hermit mode so that you could really just decide what this is for you. What does this look like for you? And we're always re-examining our lives in different aspects. And for you re-examined, or need to re-examine if you haven't yet, what love is to you. What does it mean for you to love? What does it mean for you to get love? And those types of things. All right, let's move on to the full moon energy and what is coming up for you for that as well. So that is October 20th, which is tonight. We have the full moon energy, so let's see what's going on there. Okay, so the next card that we're going to talk about is the Emperor. And the reason why is because there's a full moon in Aries on the 20th. We just got out of a new moon in Libra. And then we had the 1010 portal, which was super crazy. And now we're moving into the energy of Aries moon. The Emperor, he is about control, security, order, and ambition. When it comes to your home, the things that you might be noticing is, are things running smoothly? Are things in order? And do you have the right boundaries and protection? So this is an interesting thing. You can use black salt to go around your house, and that will protect your house from negative energy. That is just a spiritual thing that you can do if you want to. And it's about setting boundaries within your home, outside your home. Maybe you have people who come and they just come without being announced. I don't like that, actually. It's not one of my things. If you're coming to my house, you got to text me and let me know that you're coming. You can't just like stop by. I'm not into that. But in a relationship, you might have a new partner. You might be focusing on a new partner. It might be about planning for the future or loyalty in love. Like, is your partner loyal or are they cheater? You know, do they cheat on your money? Do they cheat on your love? Do they cheat? What kind of person are you with? In career and money, it could be about like how your finances are organized, how you balance your expenditures, the things that you might feel are unfair, or do you have fairness at work? And then are you being stifled in your creativity when it comes to work? Like, are you able to express yourself? The more negative aspect of the Emperor is very power hungry. He's very excessive with his demands. He has a lot of negative traits associated with the traditional masculinity, such as being domineering, controlling, and even cruel at times. And another aspect of the Emperor is greed. The Emperor is really good at setting boundaries, but when we're in a negative energy of the Emperor, we might have problems with drawing the line with people, or maybe we use excessive force and persuasion to get what, you know, somebody's using that either for you or you're using it to other people to get exactly what you want. So it could be very manipulative as well. The other issue with the Emperor card and this energy is that people might have problems with authority figures. So, gosh, I hope not, but there could be some problems with, like, we might be seeing things surfacing where people are not respecting the law or respecting, like, the cops. If the cop pulls them over, you might see a lot of those types of things coming up. But the Emperor can be a very, very domineering person, very egotistical, and narcissistic. Now, if you look at the card of the Emperor, like we're looking at the card of the Justice, he's wearing a red cloak, which is about armor, having your armor on. So the Emperor is not as vulnerable. He's not a vulnerable person. He doesn't like to show his vulnerabilities. But he is very good at taking action. That's why it's the card of Aries, because Aries takes action. Aries is the ram. So Mars is the ruler of this planet, and that's why. The red cloak also represents taking action and being in the material world. So this person doesn't like to stay too much in the 5D. They like to stay in the 3D and muscle and grit their way through life. The crown that sits on the Emperor's head is about the higher self and shows how the Emperor is very autonomous and self-directed. Okay, Scorpio, let's get the cards all spread out and shuffled for you. All right. So Aries is such a strong energy, so I'm curious to see how that's going to play out for you. And let's go ahead and grab these cards and look at this Emperor energy. And it's interesting, I just realized this, like they're just pointing it to me now. Justice is a divine feminine because she's a feminine of the major arcana card. And the Emperor is a divine masculine of the major arcana card. So you've gotten that twice in your reading where they've shown that to me. So let's see where we're at, Scorpio. The overall energy for you is another divine masculine and divine feminine. That's very interesting, but they're of the different suit this time, but that's okay. We have the Queen of Swords, which we'll talk about her in a second, and then we have the Knight of Wands, and circling around justice around this communication. So look at you. Wow, this is going to be very powerful for you. So we have the Queen of Swords. She is very ambitious and she's very big about seeing the truth. She can see the bigger picture in things and she's super strong in adversity. So here goes that courage and that strength that Libra brought into you, that energy. Now you're going to be really using it. It's about taking new risks and whatever it is that you want to do. If it's love, career, business, it doesn't matter. She's very logical. She's an air energy, so she's super logical. This right here coupled with that is a knight, so this is a divine masculine feminine, but she is stronger than he is in the energy. So he is actually a fire sign because he holds the wand, and the knight is about action and adventure and very, very fearless. The shadow side of that is being anger and impulsive and reckless, so careful about that because that is a strong Aries energy. But he is a knight, which means it's a lower energy for you and not so much as strong as the air energy, which is the queen. But it's surrounding this justice card, and that can be, since there's so many Scorpios, let me just lay out the card of justice for you really quickly. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being guided back to this card. The Knight is also about like events speeding up, and if you had any blocks that have been blocking you, they're going to be lifted and you can take action now. So whether you want to write or travel or do something that is just ambitious and fired up, this is the time to take action. So that's what that's saying. And she's an action card as well, so you have two cards that are saying action, action, action. Like I said before, Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is a very action-oriented planet. So there we go. We're all going to be taking action of some sort. So you guys, the Justice card is about fairness, truth, any kind of cause and effect. It could be karmic contracts, soul contracts. It could be anything that has to do with the law. Anything that you feel like is unfair or that people have lack of accountability or they're being dishonest. This is the card of movement forward and communication. So you got two times in the Libra had forward movement and communication, and now you're seeing that same exact card again with the divine masculine and divine feminine in a different way. They're showing you that we're still working on this thing, whatever it is, and we're going to bring justice to the situation, which is the card of Libra. So they're saying that the energy of Libra is going to bleed over into this full moon that we're having tonight, and then you'll be able to deal with whatever this is. So let's move on and see what else we have. So you, in the situation, you are the Page of Wands. So you're the one that wants to bring the communication. All right, the Page of Wands. He's about having good news. So the communication is going to bring good news. It's something that you can trust. You may even be getting a job offer because it's a card of a job offer as well. So make sure you check all details. And there you go. You have writing and reminiscing chats all over again, expressing yourself. So you're in the energy of wanting to express yourself. You have the communication card, you have the justice card, and you want to talk about the divine feminine, divine masculine thing that's happening in your life right now. The Page of Wands is, he's also about like exploring things about your freedom and things that you get really excited about. The shadow side of the Page of Wands means that he has a lack of direction, and sometimes he procrastinates. So be careful about that. I don't feel like that's a strong energy because we're so strong in the energy of Mars right now in Aries. So I'm not really feeling like you're going to be seeing the shadow side too much of that page. The past issue that you're dealing with is something that you're wanting to move forward from, something you don't want to be anymore, something that you want to let go of. It's time, I don't want to do that. So that is the Six of Swords, which is transition, change. It's even a rite of passage. Like you feel like I've done my due diligence in this part of my life and I'm ready to move forward and do a big beginning, a new beginning, something different. It could be a personal transition, it could be a life transition, it could be any one of those things, but it's whatever you were resistant to change before in the past. Now we're moving forward and we are changing. So we do have a lot of transition and changing happening. Your hopes and fears is that you're going to look back one day and be so happy that you did all this work. Seven of Pentacles is a long-term view, something that you're going to look back and say how you persevered through this moment. Something that you invested in is going to give you a great return. And so your fear is that, you're going to put all this work in and have limited success, or maybe the long-term vision that you had is not going to pay off, or is not going to be what you wanted it to be, or something like that. But that's just a fear. When you live in the vibration of fear, it's really not a good place to manifest in. So let's look at it more as what your hope is, that the long-term vision. Like you just hope that you're going to look back at this one day and be like, oh, thank God I did that. Thank God that, I put that work and that effort in. The outcome is this Page of Cups. So we have cups that were in your other reading as well, of love. But the Page of Cups, he's all about love. And he is about good news, good money, and enjoying life. So this is about you enjoying your life. It's about you taking action for the things that you need and want. You're going to have the energy of Mars and the energy of Aries that's going to help you out with that. So wherever you felt like you were procrastinating in, you're going to get the energy now where you can actually move forward to have those conversations, move forward to to actually ask for the things that you want or the things that you need. The Page of Cups is also about happy surprises, which is great. And it's about emotional maturity too. I mean, he is a page, but so the shadow side of that would be emotional immaturity. And I'm not hearing that that is an issue, or even insecurities or disappointments or anything like that. I'm hearing that it's like whatever you're sensitive to, that now you're going to be getting happy surprises because you're going to ask for what you want. So you ask for what you need. Instead of holding it inside and not saying what you want and need, you're actually going to have it out in the open so that you can have the life that you want. And that's beautiful. All right, Scorpio, if you like this reading or entertain in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you for the next reading. Have a great day.